Okay, I've created another single view application here. Topic of this video is collection views. Collection views basically displays a set of cells in a grid-like fashion on the screen, and you could use this for a wallpaper app, for example. You could have thumbnails, your wallpapers displayed in a grid. So the first thing we're going to do here, I'm going to add a new file, and the individual elements of the grid are called cells. So we're going to create a cell class. So let's see, it's UI collection view cell, I think is what it's called. Okay, so there it is, UI collection view cell, and we can just leave that called collection view cell. And we're going to have just one image, so you put whatever you want in your cell elements of the grid. You create outlets for that right here. So I'm going to create an IB outlet, weak variable, image view, UI image view, and that's actually all we're going to have for this example. So it's just going to display one image. So we'll go to the storyboard, and let's look for a collection view. So we'll drag a collection view on here. And then I'm going to drag a collection view cell. Oh, we don't need to do that. I'm actually going to just use the one they already gave us. Make it about like that big. Just for the sake of making it easier to see what we're doing, I'm going to give it a background color. Let's go with green. And then I'm going to grab an image view. And we're going to drag that onto the cell. Just so we can see what we're doing, well, first of all, I'm going to drag some images in here. So I got some state flags. I'm going to drag that in here. And I'm going to go ahead and sometimes it doesn't see stuff right away, so you got to click off it. So just so we could get an idea of what that would look like. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and say reset to suggested constraints. And then I'm going to click on the cell, and we're going to go up here to Identity Inspector, and we're going to set the class to that class that we added to the project, which is collection view cell. And then we're going to give it an identifier. I'm going to call it flag cell, which we're going to use later. Now that we've set the class, I'm going to go over here, and you can see our outlet for the image view is right there. So we're going to go ahead and connect that. Now let's go to our viewcontroller.swift, and we can add some code. First thing we need to do is load up those image names into an array. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot one more thing. Let's click on the collection view and create an outlet for that. Control click, and we'll just call that collection view. Now going to viewcontroller.swift, I'm going to create an array of image names. So I'm going to say var image names is equal to And we'll just give it the names of the flags. So we have Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Delaware, Florida. Now, of course, you can fill this dynamically if you were grabbing images for wallpapers off the internet or whatever. Ohio and Oklahoma. All right, so now we got our image names. We can go to our view to load and set this up. So we need what's called a flow layout. So we're going to use the flow layout just to set the size of some elements and their boundaries. So I'm going to say int flow layout is equal to, or no, we're going to do it like this, flow layout colon UI collection flow layout is equal to UI collection flow layout. And then we can set the properties of this. So I'm going to say flow layout. I don't know why I said int. Should be let. And then we can say flow layout section inset, and you can play with these to see how they work. So we'll say UI edge insets. So we're going to set top left and bottom. So I'm going to say top is 10, left is 10, bottom is 10, and right is 10. Doesn't like something. Okay. Then we're going to set item size. I'm going to set that to CG size. I'm going to go with 100 by 67. All right, now we're going to initialize the collection view. So we're going to say collection view equals UI collection view and we're going to use this one. So for frame, let's say self.view.frame, and then for the layout, we'll pass it the flow layout that we just created. So that's a basic setup. Now we need to put the functions for the collection view, and it's pretty similar to a table view. So we need number of sections, just like in a table view. So I'm going to say function number of sections in collection view. And that takes a collection view, UI collection view, and it's going to return an integer. So we'll just return 1. Then we need number of items in section. So this is all very familiar because we already reviewed this. For the table view. So it's collection view, UI collection view, number of items in section, section type integer, and then of course this also returns an integer. And so we're going to display the flags in here. So we're going to say return image names.count. And now, just like we're going to do in a table view, we need to set the cell. So I'm going to say function collection view again. Just going to copy this, save some typing. And once again, collection view, UI collection view, cell for item at index path, index path, index path. So this is pretty similar, like I said, and we're going to return UI collection view cell. So we're going to define our cell. We're going to say let cell equal collection view DQ reusable cell, and which one do we want with reuse identifier. And for this, we're going to put the name that we put in the storyboard. Let me click on the collection view on the flag cell, call it flag cell. Okay, so we just put flag cell right there. And then for index path, and we're going to give it the type of our class that we created, collection view cell. And then all you do is you say return, well, actually we're not done. So we need to say set the background color. UI color, we'll go with white for now. And then we can set that image view. And I think we're going to have to do it like this. So be sure to include that question mark. And then we just pull out the item from the array. Otherwise, you're going to get an error on unwrapping or optional. Image names, and we're going to say index path as NS index path. Row. And what's it doing here? Well, obviously that's not right. Let me finish this up first. Return cell. Let's see what I did wrong here. Okay, collection view dot DQ reusable cell with reuse identifier. Okay, I see the problem. The identifier does not have a space in it. It's flag cell one word, so we need to go over here and take that space out. Is that the only place that I used it? So let's see, it should work now. Okay, there we go. So we got a nice layout of our flags on a white background. And you can play around with the colors and so forth if change the appearance. In some treatments you're going to see where you have to register the cell. Only do that if you don't use this identifier here.